Goodwill of Southwestern Pennsylvania is preparing to celebrate the power of work. It's seeking nominations of employers who go the extra mile to offer employment opportunities to persons with disabilities. The nonprofit organization itself has taken a big step forward, giving a raise to about 30 employees in Lawrenceville who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. They're now earning at least minimum wage. Finding a way to make the economics work was a bigger challenge than one might think. Michael Smith is president and CEO of Goodwill of Southwestern Pennsylvania. Welcome. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Great to be here.
Yeah, I want to start with the Power of Work Awards because this is sort of Goodwill's opportunity every year to recognize employers who are really opening doors for people, right?
Absolutely. It's our 21st year, hard to believe. But yeah, we're looking for employers who provide work experience or mentoring, or even more important, employment of people with barriers to employment like disabilities, re-entrance and such.
Has that been a big move for Goodwill in recent years to deal more with pushing people out and finding opportunities for them in the broader workforce rather than just running a workshop, for example, at Goodwill itself?
Absolutely. The funding is pushing community employment, and so has Goodwill for many years. And so we like to think that we were kind of ahead of the curve in creating putting ourselves in a position where now no one in our organization makes less than minimum wage, and most recently no one makes less than $8 an hour.
So how many people do you have here in your territory in Southwestern Pennsylvania?
In our territory, about 1,500 employees right now. Okay,
1,500, and so today pretty much all of them are Goodwill employees as opposed to the specialized category of sheltered work?
Yes, just like most providers in the region, and of course across the country, we operate at a traditional sheltered workshop, and by law, if based on your productivity level, we paid sub-minimum wage. That has come under scrutiny for quite some time now, and we wanted to change our position there, and so by using our retail store system, we were able to eliminate the use of that certificate and start paying folks minimum wage or better.
Yeah, I was out there when you had the celebration event, and it was fascinating to just see the pride in your employees at being recognized as true employees of Goodwill.
That actually came to light at a staff meeting I was having, and traditionally at the beginning I introduced new employees, and I said, do we have any new employees? And many of the folks who were former clients of ours stood up and said, I'm a new employee, and that was so emotional. It was very moving.
So the way you're operating today and this whole philosophy is vastly different from the Goodwill of 30 or 40 years ago?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we operated the traditional model of a sheltered workshop so that folks had the opportunity to work and for socialization. But as the push for community employment continued across the country, we needed to change our model, and we've been successful with doing that now.
Of course, to make all of this work and to create opportunity for people with disabilities out among the employers at large, you need willing partners on the part of employers.
Absolutely, and our area has been great with that. We deal with hundreds and hundreds of employers every year, and it usually only takes for them to give someone the opportunity, and a lot of times they come back and say, do you have any more?
Really? Well, finding people, willing people, really motivated people is more and more of a challenge. We hear that all the time from employers around our region today.
And not folks with intellectual developmental disabilities. They're a great work resource, and they want to work.
So if folks would like to nominate one of those employers who's doing the good work of putting people to work, how do they still nominate somebody through the Power of Work Awards?
Just go to the website, Goodwill SWPA/Power of Work, and there is an online application or nomination, and they simply fill that out, and we'll take care of the rest. And we have an independent panel of judges who makes that decision.
Well, I know the event's coming up in March. It's always one of my favorite events of the year in Pittsburgh. Wonderful, heartwarming stories. Mike Smith, CEO of Goodwill of Southwestern Pennsylvania. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be back in a minute with little dollars and cents. Stay with us. Tax season is almost upon us. The Internal Revenue Service says it officially opens tomorrow, January 29th. So this is as good a time as any for a reminder about identity theft. Crooks may go fishing for personal information by sending official-looking emails from the IRS. So to protect yourself, here are 3 important things to remember. First, the IRS never initiates contact with taxpayers by email, text messages, or any social media channels. The IRS will never request PIN numbers, passwords, or similar access information for credit cards, banks, or other financial accounts. If an email directs you to a website that requests such information, don't do it. If you do receive such an unsolicited email, please report the communication to phishing@irs.gov. If you experience a monetary loss due to such an incident, you should report it to the Treasury Inspector of General Administration and file a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission. You can find their contact information and lots more about this kind of phishing at irs.gov. For today, we're out of time. So for the staff of Our Region's Business and for the Allegheny Conference, I'm Bill Flanagan. Thanks for joining us and have a profitable week ahead.